This summer, I'm working for the Boston Summer Scholars Program.
I work 5 days a week in a career-oriented job, and then on
Friday mornings, almost 600 of us will meet at Boston University for workshops
to help us with job preparation, interview skills, networking, and life planning.
I work for my town.
I work at Artists for Humanity.
I work at the Boston Globe.
I work at Youth Enrichment Services.
I work at Teen Empowerment.
If you want to be a lawyer, stand up and shout out, "Your Honor, I object!" Your Honor, I object!
I think all those factors are a consequence of these kids knowing that there's significant institutions and individuals in the community that clearly care about them, that are investing in them, that want them to have an opportunity. For them to have that experience with a meaningful job at this age, that all by itself is significant.
At my old job, what I would do, I was just like do glass products and not really get to interact with people, but now it's me like giving people tours and trying to teach people. And like one of my tours, actually I had a tour with my teacher. She was actually surprised because the tables had turned, so I was teaching her.
Honestly, I wouldn't call it a job because it's more like a career.
For these teens who grow up looking at the skyline of downtown Boston, but who've never been in those buildings, never felt comfortable going into those buildings, and feeling like they belong, where there's so much economic power.
The Fridays are very important. They learn about the businesses, they learn about themselves, and they carry that on. The 7 weeks they're here, that builds inside of them. As they go along, go back to school, they have the extra confidence, that the confidence they can achieve anything they want to.
It's your confidence. How do you walk into a room? What's your disposition?
Just learning how to speak your mind everywhere you go, getting all the information that you need to build yourself and become a great leader in your community.
Acrobatic from Gemini 45 came and he was talking to us about like being ready for life and being responsible.
Make sure you always give good eye contact and do not outstay your welcome.
They've really been able to network with a lot of people in the community, a lot of people in corporations, a lot of the guest speakers, and it's really opened their minds and opened doors.
There was an interview where you learn how to dress in an interview and act in an interview, which was really helpful for me.
So just give us a quick synopsis of what.
Basically, we're just all like, before we all did our scenarios one by one, we would come up and then freeze.
Right.
No.
The venue excited me because we've said you matter. I'm that kid. I'm that kid 32 years ago that a mentor and somebody took and said, if you believe and you work hard, things are possible.
My message for corporation is just listen to voices of the young people and just help us out.
Me having this job, it's like I have a second way out. So if someone was to approach me and I'm like, no, I'm good on that because like I have a job and and I'm trying to be successful, I'm trying to do something with my life. So therefore I could just fall back on that.
The peer pressure has to shift to positive peer pressure. And when you have young folks who are working, young people who have an experience, young people who can talk about mentorship, it's an easy one to encourage others. It's these folks that are talking to their peers and talking to their colleagues. One of the easiest ways to stop a bullet is a job.
So I ask all of you, my community and my people, to do what you can to help our community prosper by diminishing the stereotypes that hold us down.
You just come and get leadership skills, then bring it back to your community. I think ultimately this is going to make the youth better and further down, make our further down generations better.
When these students go back to their neighborhoods, they can tell them what it's like to work, the pride that you get, the skills that you learn, the impact that you make. And so we're hoping more students will want to step outside of their zone and reach as far as they can and prepare themselves for their future.
When I first entered the program, I was confident, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Then it really makes you reflect on yourself and what you want to do in life.
This investment is going to benefit Boston not only right this second by all these nonprofits and other organizations having people to work as interns and do summer work that's so important and have extra folks there to help, but the kids, the youth also get experience that they get to take to college with them, that they get to take into their first jobs.
Without this job, I wouldn't be ready for the future.
The sky's the limit, anything you want to do is possible.
Business people talk about return on investment. In fact, the return on this investment, I think, is extraordinary.
To do this year-round would cost us about $1.2 million. We can find that money. And if we get companies, we will quadruple this within the next couple of years, and that's possible to do that.
And so we're looking at ways that we can collaborate even further to make this program bigger and better next year.